Welcome to Magical Vids. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best movies directed by Quentin Tarantino that you should watch before you die. Not a lot of directors attain a legendary status over the course of their careers, which is what makes Quentin Tarantino's accomplishment all the more special. The legendary director has utilized his signature style of directing to craft what are definitely some of the most iconic films of all time. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe our channel for more good videos. Boom. Number 10. The Hateful Eight. The philosopher Thomas Hobbes wrote that the life of man, solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. Hobbes would probably be a fan of The Hateful Eight, Tarantino's meanest, ugliest, most cynical movie by far. The title lets us know we're not supposed to like these people, and films don't necessarily need someone to root for as long as the characters are compelling. Tarantino really tests himself with compelling as we're torn between charismatic characters who are also varying degrees of monstrous. The bleak heart of Hateful Eight is that people will destroy each other, and the only trust is in mutual self-interest. The opening of the movie hammers that hard as John Ruth only makes decisions based on whether someone else's self-interest coincides with his own. Number 9. Death Proof. There are some things I really love about Death Proof, Tarantino's half of the 2007 double feature grindhouse he made with Robert Rodriguez. I love how it inverts the predator-prey relationship between its two halves, which are bridged with a truly shocking death scene. Tarantino spends the entire first half making you invested in this trio of women and their journey and as individuals. You may not think they're great people, but you buy them as folks with their own journeys and dreams. And then along comes stuntman Mike, charming, powerful, and dangerous, to up and murder the people we thought were the leads of our story. We then switch over to 4 women we've never met before, but this time around, Tarantino inverts it so that not only does stuntman Mike not get away with killing them, he's exposed for the coward that he is. Number 8. Killbill Volume 1. As a straight action movie that's light on subtext, Killbill Volume 1 is a lot of fun. It's pretty much a cartoon and a love letter to Japanese action films. It's dazzling to watch in terms of the action choreography. It has some of the best needle drops in all of Tarantino's filmography. There's a joyousness to it despite the cold-blooded revenge running through its veins. It also proves that Uma Thurman is one of the best action stars of the 21st century, even if no other director could figure that out. The problem with Volume 1 is that all of the emotional heft and payoff is in Volume 2, so really in the first volume you just have the joy of revenge. Number 7. Kill Bill Volume 2. Although it still has a couple action beats, I'm still amazed at how different Volume 2 is from Volume 1. Whereas Volume 1 drives hard on the action, Volume 2 is largely conversational. But you can also see the full shape of the movie, and what Tarantino has attempted is somewhat experimental. He's attempting to tell Beatrix Kiddo's story without Beatrix ever doing anything other than driving for revenge. Instead, she remains a bit of a cipher, and the people she defeats tell us about her. Killing Vernita tells us that Beatrix doesn't care about family since that life was ripped away from her. Number 6. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is the closest Tarantino has ever come to making a hangout movie. Unlike his other films, no one here is in a hurry to get anywhere. All the dramatic tension comes from the Manson family lurking at the edges of the narrative, but the focus of the story is really on three people just trying to make their way in 1969 Los Angeles. You've got Rick Dalton, a washed-up TV actor struggling to find whatever parts he can. Cliff Booth, Rick's amiable stunt double who has been drugged out of the industry for his own reasons, and Sharon Tate, who represents the future of Hollywood and, as history tells us, a future that was never realized because she, along with three of her friends and her unborn child, were slaughtered by the Manson family.